and hello. I am the S.O.C.K, aka Young Hopscotch, and we're back for the 16th session of Death's End. Last time where we left off, the players decided to go off in search of El Kira, Gabrilla's adopted quote unquote father, mentor, however you want to call it. He was guarding some miners and delvers that had gone into the mines and had chosen to stay back and hadn't been seen for a little while. So they made their way into the mines while also helping Shin out by guarding a caravan or a little small group of miners and delvers. But during their travels in the subterranean abyss, they noticed some rock-like bugs that leafed out from their hiding spaces and attacked the group. So they're currently in combat with these things, and yeah, getting straight into it. So just for all the viewers and stuff that are listening, I hadn't realized a couple things, namely with chakra sight and then the way that the command jutsu works. So we are going to do Izumi's turn again, just to let Izumi get back her actions and stuff, since I didn't realize that command wouldn't have worked on these simple-minded creatures. But yeah, Izumi, you can go ahead and do your turn. You know the general location, like around here, that these rock beetles are burrowing underneath the ground.
Alright, so I will add also from my thing, yeah, it usually never comes up, so it usually is not something that I would think about. So on its action, I am stealthing. But that's just a +6. Yup. That is a 12. We'll see how good some bugs stealth are, and she is going to move to here. My action is going to be readying to strike at the first thing that comes within 5 feet of me that I can visually see.
All right. I just realized something. Give me 1 second. Let me get my. I have a book where I write down you guys' conditions and all that jazz. I haven't pulled that out yet.
That's crazy.
Need this information for when I TPK. But yeah, okay, so yeah, you teleport and then get into like a little bit of a ready stance, kind of patiently staring at the ground. Everything would still go the same for Mitsu's turn. Mitsu would ask you, Gabrilla, since he realizes that the bugs aren't going to be in front of him. He's pretty disappointed, but he asked you if you want to lift to get to wherever you want to go.
Oh, ooh, that hurt her honor. Yes or no? She's going to say no. She said I can run.
All right. Well, he's just going to give you the help action and probably.
Actually, no. Probably pick up Uzi.
He'll just hold his action to just move with you whenever you move on your turn. So next up, going on to it, that will be you, Gabrilla. I will say you do notice that this villager, this Yomi resident, who has this gaping wound in his stomach that was being like burrowed into by these bugs. He's currently just like convulsing and stuff. But yeah, that's up to you on what you want to do in your turn.
Does it look like he can be recovered in any way? Like, would he survive this injury?
It would require probably a medicine check. It doesn't look good for him right now. It is a very, it's not like it's half of his torso or anything that's wide open, but it is a very, there is a hole in his stomach, and you kind of see, oh, is that a medicine check right there?
Yep.
16. I'll probably say that, so all of you guys are going to see this. This is going to be the introduction of a new system that I'm going to be doing for this game, for this campaign, is mental resilience. So it's very similar to the Call of Cthulhu sanity system in the way that when you encounter distressing or stressful events, it starts to wear down on your mental fortitude. So before I describe everything, I'm going to ask everybody, because you all would be able to see this, I'm going to ask for the first mental resilience saving throw. This is going to be Let me see.
I will say Izumi is focusing either on the ground or further up. I don't know if that would change anything.
Yeah, this is kind of like all like happening like in sequence, or like throughout the course. You know, a round is only a couple seconds, so
Fair enough.
this is just something you would have noticed as you were running by and stuff. But I wanted to see what you were doing in your turn.
Fair enough. What is the stat?
Mental resilience. I don't know if you remember. I gave you guys your your mental resilience ability score.
Saving throw.
Constitution.
Yeah, so you would have a. I don't know why I can't remember.
+2.
Yeah, that would be a
Plus
plus
two.
two. Yeah. So just
I
Damn
got a
it!
15,
So
and I rolled a
plus
15.
two.
I got 1 up.
Yeah.
all right.
Oh,
Once you
shit.
guys become official licensed shinobi, then you'll gain like official like quote unquote proficiency. But for now, yeah, it's just a base. So let me see. A
Doubt.
14 for Uzi, a 15 for Gabrilla, and then a 21 for Izumi. All right.
Wasn't it a +3 for Izumi? 16 +3?
Yeah, 16 would be a +3. So
22!
that'd be a 22 for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure to mark that down because
Yeah,
it
that's
definitely is
what
going
I'm
to come
doing.
up.
I
Yeah.
read that as a save, not a Okay, so yeah, I just misunderstood. That's my bad.
Yeah, for now, the difference between a check and a saving throw for now isn't significant or anything since you're not adding proficiency bonus yet. But eventually, you will definitely add your proficiency bonus as you become official shinobi.
Okay.
It gets a little bit easier to resist mental sort of assaults and stuff. But yeah, so I think all of you. Let's see. Yeah, all you guys passed. Uzi, you just barely passed, so you're not gonna have. You guys aren't gonna have as much sanity loss in this situation. You only lose 1 point of mental resilience, so just reduce your score by by 1.
God damn it!
Whatever
Alright.
it was. So yeah, Gabrilla, as you you kind of would have to get a little bit closer as you're doing the medicine check and everything. But with your dark vision active, you can't see the color, but you notice as you go to like put your hand near his this wound in his stomach, you see this blood gushing out, but you notice that on the ground and in the way that the blood is flowing out of his stomach, it's almost flowing out in chunks, but you realize it's not the blood that's flowing out in chunks. You see kind of slowly growing from the blood itself. You see these small little circular shapes, and as you kind of pay attention a little bit closer, Uzi, you notice this just in the edges of the light jutsu's light, and then Izumi, same thing as you were passing by. You see these small, insignificantly tiny bug-like sort of creatures that are similar to the larger adult, more adult, you would assume, rock beetle swarms growing from within this person's body. You can see them growing from the blood itself, but you would guess that's what the chunk sort of look of what's flowing out of his stomach is and everything. As you can kind of see now, as you pay attention closer near his stomach in the wound, you can see little lumps kind of forming underneath his skin and moving around a little bit as he's kind of convulsing in agony. You're able to steel yourself and everything, as I assume you've seen like fungal infections and insects burrowing into creatures' bodies out in the wild and stuff. But he's still alive, which is the distressing part about it and everything. So yeah, you still have your turn and everything, but yeah.
So it looks like he can't recover then, right? With the insecticide injury he has.
Yeah, that it would be a tall task, especially considering that his body is being essentially used as a nest for these stone bugs.
Can I take him out of his misery?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
So
Yeah, I doubt that would work.
So I'm just going to like crack his neck or his skull, whatever would kill him the fastest.
I will say, what is Gabrilla's thought process as this is happening? So he is still barely alive, like enough to be able to move. As you like reach your hands towards him and everything, you see he like shifts and tries to roll, to the best of his ability, but he kind of just like flops back onto his back and everything. He doesn't have enough energy to move, but he's looking at you in insane fright right now.
When Gabrilla looks at him, the night of the apocalypse, you can say, flashed through her mind, and her mind like calms, and like a voice says, "He needs it. It's best." Like a voice, like it's more like her internal monologue of murder him, but there's an excuse saying you'll help him. So like she's calm, but not at the same time. Like her outside exterior is calm, but her internal mental state is like panicking, but she believes she's doing it because it will help him. So, to the outside perspective, looks like she just kills him with heartless intent.
All right, and yeah, you wring his neck and see the life kind of fade from his eyes. I'll say you probably still have your bonus action left. He was a nearly dying man, so I wouldn't say this took up your bonus action to do it. And you also still have your movement as well.
And after doing that, she's just going to calmly walk her 55 movement down the pathway, looking for Akira, continuing her task.
We'll say you would know the bug is still within this area that was just attacking. We were just attacking.
Indeed. As you go along the railroad here, these mine cart tracks, you are stopped at a very steep sort of cliff. It's not like mountainous or anything like that. You wouldn't guess that the drop is more than at most like 20-30 feet. But you see kind of peering out into the darkness and everything. There's a little bit of like a stone sort of not pillar, but like a very tall rock that has a glowing sort of blue hue with something inside of like a strangely shaped bowl sort of thing. But yeah, the railroad and the mine carts kind of look like they've fallen and look like they were supposed to be kind of like on an incline sort of thing before, but they've since broken and stuff. So you would have to climb down or jump down the 20 or 30 feet in order to move further.
You said 20 feet?
Yeah, you would guess about 20, 30. Actually, no, you have dark vision, so yeah, it is 20 feet. You can either climb
It's
down
only
or
2d6 damage.
Yeah.
So, let me just check my sheet real quick before I do something dumb. Movement is half the speed, right? Climbing is half the speed?
Yeah, climbing is half speed, yeah.
Yeah, Gorilla's just going to if so she's going to jump but like slide her way down.
Okay.
Like so she won't take full damage, but like half damage when she hits the bottom floor.
There is an actual action here, a skill action that can be used. Let me see. And you have proficiency in acrobatics, right?
Acrobatics and athletics.
Okay, so as a reaction to falling any distance greater than 10 feet, so yeah, it's called catfall. So when you fall a distance greater than 10 feet, you can use your reaction to lessen the impact of the fall. So that's an easy DC for an acrobatics check. So I'll probably just say maybe a DC 12 acrobatics check to, and I'll just say you have the damage for it.
Damn, that really shook you up, that's for sure.
All right, let me roll. Let's see. All right, so I'll move you a little bit since I do have it so certain areas of darkness restrict your token's movement. So as you go to slide down this hill, you're sliding down the hill and you're looking at your hands, just to make sure that you have an ability to catch yourself along the wall just in case you go tumbling and everything. But as you look at your hands, you look at the hand that you just used to wring this man's neck, and just like before, after you killed those strange thugs in Izumi Park, you see your hand drenched in blood, more so than you thought you had before. You just kind of, that depends on what you think, but you kind of might have a passing thought that maybe did I make him suffer more than he already was? And that distraction causes you to not notice a large rock protruding out from the wall, and you smack into it and go tumbling down onto the ground.
I take the full 7 points of damage, correct?
Yeah, it's 7 points of falling damage. Yeah.
Okay. 721.
All right. But as the end of yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll end my turn there.
All right, cool. That's the end of Gabrilla's turn. You hear some chittering in the darkness. But yeah, you land in some bloody sort of. I'll describe afterwards once everybody gets down there. I won't take up too much time. Uzi, it's your turn. How do you think he's reacting? You just barely saved on that mental resilience saving throw.
I think that he would recoil heavily as his head kind of turning, trying to gather his surroundings. He notices the villager. I mean, now with its head destroyed, but the bug's still like creeping out of him. It's like heavy recoil for him as it's just like trying to regain his composure.
Mm-hmm.
But trying to remove it, because like the bugs are still there, right?
What, the ones inside of his body or the ones that are like near Izumi?
The ones inside of his body.
Yeah, they're still super, like way smaller. Like I want to say, they're like the size of a pebble at most and everything. But it's just the mass dozens amount of them. You kind of see more of them pouring out of his dead body now. It appears him dying kind of triggered something with him. But yeah.
Uzibian's like scratching his arms and like up his arm to his shoulder as he's just like wanting to remove like what he considers to be like the what's a good word for it, like the filthiness that's coming from inside him.
Yeah.
Could I cast Piranha Swarm target like inside of his body and try and have like the piranhas eat or remove the like small rock beetles?
Yeah. You want to do him a service, let his dead body rest in peace. Yeah, you can go ahead and I won't make it any sort of check for that. Yeah, you can just cast Piranha Swarm as normal.
Yeah.
And yeah, you use the piranhas. They go inside of it, the hole in the stomach. They don't make any sort of gaping. They don't increase the wound or anything like that, since it is water, so it can just slip through. But yeah, you kind of feel the sensations of the piranhas eating, more blood kind of gushing out of his stomach and stuff. But eventually, yeah, you stop seeing those lump sort of shapes.
Yeah, I guess his arm has like a few, not deep, but like very minor scratch on them as he's like been scratching on it. As this is after the like the rock beetle insides that fell on him, and now seeing this, he's kind of like freaking a bit out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like scratching all over his right arm. Loose the threads that's coming out of it holding Johnny becomes slightly loose, like slightly looser and like thinner, as he's kind of like losing focus.
Yeah.
As he's like realizing this, he's going to turn Johnny into his weapon form, so that he doesn't have to like control it as heavily with his arm.
Right.
Like I'm gonna use my bonus action to give Johnny that and swap him to his weapon form.
All right, cool.
So I can remove that. Then he'll.
To the side, but...
Yeah, I probably could have. Sage stat is still wrong though, so I gotta figure out how I gotta fix that.
You have to take the light jutsu, so you're aware.
Oh yeah, there's just the rock on the ground that you can just hold in your your hands to.
Just gonna grab it. But I'm grabbed by Mitsu, right?
Not currently. No, he
Okay.
dropped you from the scruff of your neck. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna move up then after all of that. 1, 2. See if I can just 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the end of my turn.
All
Oh
right.
shit, I gained the 1d4 bonus to my stealth roll.
All right.
Because the cloak.
Yeah, the cloak lets you cast it as part. Spend a charge to
and
cast it as part of yourself.
Yeah, then since it's let me roll that real quick. Since that might change it. Well, my stealth before was like a 12.
Yeah, that will influence it because I think you rolled like a 14
16.
here.
No, I think it was a 12. Yeah, it's a 12. So
Okay.
it's now 16.
All right. I am going to. Okay, so I don't think that it wouldn't exactly be a spoiler. These things do have tremor sense. However, in this specific situation, you are waiting perfectly still. I'll roll that perception check to. I feel like it makes sense to roll it in this situation because it might be focused on the person that just made a very loud vibration in the ground. Let's see. Perception. It's a 13.
Oh, just don't.
All right, so I will let you use your ready to action, Izumi, as you see this lump in the ground, this mound in the ground is starting to form, and let me see. It emerges from the ground as the dirt kind of gives way to the dozens upon dozens of these rock beetles that crawl out of the ground and clearly are crawling in the direction of Gabrilla.
Alright, yeah, and then seeing where to strike, she will go. I don't need to roll twice.
But what if you double?
No, what? No, okay, it was an attempt.
I'm the little voice in your head that tells you to do everything stupid.
Yeah, so because of that becomes a 2d8 plus 3. It then becomes a 48. Right, I'm doing that right. It's been a minute.
Just remember the lethal attack doesn't double
Yeah,
crit.
yeah, I know that one. I was just make sure. Yeah, increase damage die by 1. Yeah, so then let's say 2d8.
This might be a wrap for my precious rock beetle swarm. Let me see. That is 18. All right, yeah. So you describe as you literally like fruit ninja chop through swaths of them in one swing.
Jesus, Fruit Ninja was not. No, I think that's pretty fucking. It's the perfect lineup. She just fucking swung her sword and just made it connect with anything she saw moving.
Yeah, you do have your Kurugan active as well. So I'll say that as you saw them crawling out of the ground before they actually ended up crawling out of the ground in real life and everything. So as they leaped, we're about to leap over this cliffside to go after Gabrilla. You kind of see how they're going to end up in certain positions in the air. So they end up perfectly lined up and slash through a whole swath of them. So there's only about 2 of them left that are kind of like skittering on their backs right now, really in panic. These rock beetles will just. I realize I also didn't do the turns for you guys' help because Mitsu would have went along with Gabrilla, but I'll also do the thugs after this real quick. So the rock beetles near you, Izumi, are gonna try to, just in a futile effort, try to attack you.
Attack me, bitch. Hit me. Yeah. Hit me with a melee attack, fucko.
That's an 8, so that makes sense.
Damn.
It's only 2 of them, so you're able to easily, just with your future sight, able to just dodge out of the way of its strikes and stuff. And you have your... Wait, no, let me think. Okay, no, so you don't have your reaction available since you did use your ready
Well,
action.
that's
So,
something I will ask, because it's something talked about in a different game. Does readying your action come at the cost of using your reaction?
yeah, that's the way ready an action works. So it takes an action to ready an action, which will activate as a reaction whenever you want to a specific trigger.
Okay, just needed to clarify.
Yeah, and that only comes up mainly because I don't make you guys have to use a reaction for attacks of opportunity. But if you don't have your reaction available, then it doesn't activate.
Don't I have copy wheel?
So they will move.
Hang on,
here.
I do have a second reaction.
Oh yeah, because you're you have one
Shard.
additional reaction you can use. I think like one sprint counter or something for your Sharingan.
Yes, and I will, because I am miffed at bugs. That's a 14 to hit.
14 definitely hits, and I'm pretty sure there's no point in even rolling damage. But go ahead.
However, because for this only procs. No, so that would not proc here because this is a part of the same round. So 1d8. Then they're not close enough. So 1d8 plus 3. So 2, 3.
That is...
I don't know how much damage that's had.
That's enough damage to kill them. Did you want to same thing as before, or did you have a new sort of description for how Izumi does this?
No, same deal. Just seeing an opportune moment to strike and just taking it.
All right, cool. I'll handle the actions of the group real quick. So Mitsu would have gone along with Gabrilla. However, his movement speed only is 30 feet, so he would have only ended up right about here. And let's see, so the rest of the thugs and workers are going to be 2 and 30 feet down here. A lot of very nervous exchange glances that you see Uzi as you round the corner. You don't really see the thugs anymore, but they kind of shout to you, "Make sure you lot are still looking for that cargo." For you specifically, Gabrilla, now describe the area that you kind of fell into. You are currently standing on a mass amount of bones. You see dried and darkened blood that's splattered throughout the entirety of this this little sort of section here and stuff. But like I said, yeah, you do hear massive amounts of chittering and screeching as you see emerging from these piles of bones of various types of creatures. By the way, it's not just humanoid skeletons and stuff. This sort of area kind of explains to you. I'll do a little bit. I'll do my own the light jutsu right here, just so the rest of the players can also see this area as well. Yeah, so this area right here explains to you why I noted to you that you don't see any sort of small critters or anything like that around the area. There are skeletal bones of a numerous type of creatures and stuff. So some of them still having some decayed, rotting flesh still on them, and you see chewing on those are. Let me see if you would be able to see them. Yeah, 2 swarms of these rock beetles emerge from these piles of decayed flesh and bone as they will move towards you. So let me see. I'll just use this dash action to move over here. And this one we use this movement of 15 feet to end up right here. All right, so you see a smaller one kind of emerge from the wall All right, so there's going to be a little bit of a cut because we're finishing the rest of the session on a different day. But last we left off, it was at the end of Uzi's turn, so we're going on to the Rock Beetle's turn now. So Gabrilla, you are currently in this, like I had described before. You fell into a pit sort of area, and then there is a mass amounts of multiple piles of bones. Some of them with still rotting flesh, still on some of the bones and stuff. And you saw two rock beetle swarms that let out a screech at you and started running towards you. So that is where we're picking up right here. So this rock beetle swarm right next to you that's crawling up to you is going to try to make an attack towards you. Let's see. So you see they're about to go to try to leap onto you. You see a couple of them like revving up. They're like shape. Is the music too loud for you guys, by the way?
Works for me.
Okay, I was just making sure before I keep describing. So yeah, a couple of these rock beetles are like kind of like looks like they're revving up, like vibrating in place, similar to how you saw the man's skin get burned off earlier from the friction burns. But I had been forgetting that this is one of Mitsu's features, but he's going to use his reaction to try to take this for you. So essentially, he has a thing where he can make sure I read this right. I know he has a thing where he can take an attack for you. Give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, it's called Got Your Back. So when standing within 15 feet to an ally or attacking target, he can spend his reaction to redirect the attack onto himself and switch places with you. And this reduces the damage by half when he does this. So let me move you guys' spaces real quick. Boom, that's it right there. All right, yeah, so you see as they go to leap onto you to burn off your skin with these friction burns and stuff, you kind of feel the scruff of your neck get grabbed by Mitsu, and he hoists you out of the way, and he's going to have to make this Constitution save instead. So he's going to hurt, depending on how much he fails by. It's a 16. 16 just barely succeeds, so he takes half of this, or it would technically be a quarter of this, actually. 17 divided by 4. It's only 5. I mean, I guess it would be 4 damage. Let's see. Yeah, so he takes 4 fire damage. You see these beetles leap onto his broad shoulder and start like vibrating in place, kind of melting some of the skin away. These other rock beetles are also gonna, seeing that he's in the way of where you are now, start crawling towards him. Go ahead and make an attack. It's 21 to hit. He's gonna go ahead and use his reaction real quick to do a chopper shield.
Does he have 2 reactions?
Oh yeah, you're right. That's good. That's a good catch. Sorry.
No, you're
He
fine.
does not have his reaction.
It was more me being genuinely curious than anything else.
Yeah, I don't know how I forgot he used his reaction like right away. My bad. Alright, he's gonna take bludgeoning? Okay, yeah, no, that's 13 bludgeoning damage to him. -5 because he has a damage reduction to non-chopper enhanced bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing just due to his broad muscles.
No.
All right, I think that's all the rock beetles in the area. Yeah, Mitsu does kind of yell over to you, "Go find your dad! I'll try to handle these guys!" As you kind of hear, I had described before my voice was cut out by the recording and stuff. But yeah, you hear sounds of like loud, like pounding and like slamming and stuff, and like a guttural, like primal sort of voice of El Kira and stuff, like kind of like screaming in rage at something in the distance. And that is going to be the end of the rock beetle's turn. We're going on to the regional effects for this area now. So this is kind of a manifestation of the hostile environment of Yomi. So I'm going to roll a 1d4 to determine what specific effect happens here. It's a 1. All right. So this is going to apply for everybody. So the small rock-like beetles are burrowing into the surrounding earth, some of the smaller, like baby ones. So all creatures have to make a dexterity save or count all movement on the ground as natural, difficult terrain until the next layer action. So everyone make me a dexterity save real quick. DC 15.
I. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna prodigy that roll.
All right.
Turn that into a 10.
Dexterity, you said?
Dexterity,
Yeah, dexterity
save.
save.
Is this considered terrain or balance? I get advantage.
Yeah, you do have advantage on checks and saving throws to maintain balance. 14.
Wow. I rolled pathetically low.
So 14. Yeah, so you failed to save by 1. So you're not knocked prone, but yeah, so the ground around you is just because of the mass amount of these small bugs crawling around, eating some of the rotting flesh off of these bones. It causes the ground to become very uneven for you, so it counts as difficult terrain for you until the next layer action. That would be Izumi's turn.
All right. Who are we kidding? This will just give everyone else a chance to catch up to Gabrilla. So we're gonna go here. Am I able to see over the ledge over here?
I would probably say so. It is darkness. You can kind of. I'll probably say it's like dim light, right? At least for like the edge of like the place where you're at right now. So you can like dimly see Mitsu and the rock beetles. It's a 20-foot drop though for the cliff that you're at right now.
I'm not worried about that. Say it's a 20-foot drop. I need to quickly check.
See, how much can you see? Let's see.
Cause okay. That's I'm gonna be aiming for this spot.
Okay.
And in a 10-foot radius sphere around that spot. I'm gonna grab a circle. There. Shuriken ring.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, you know they're in like the general area near Mitsu, so I'll say yeah, you can still you can do that. And I feel like that makes sense. So it's a dexterity save for this rock beetle swarm.
Yep. Anything in that area, dex save.
You get a 14.
14. Damn it, meets it, beats it. So they do take it by half. However, swarm still says, fuck you. And they ignore the other condition, so that won't matter. Alright, oh, I never updated. I might as well do this. So going down to 12 for that, and then one more as...
Let me check your sheet for something real quick, because I feel like they might have succeeded.
No, I have a 14 in my dexterity taijutsu save.
Well, that's why I want to check something real quick, because I know I just want to check a ruling that I made on something that saved DCs. Plus one to this. Bear with me, I'm just checking everybody's sheet just to make sure.
Yeah, you're good.
So yeah, you should have a +1 to your save DCs.
Why?
That was one thing I'll cut this part out and stuff, but I had said before the campaign started that you guys can increase your save DCs by +1, just because enemies saving throws are usually high to the point where I think you should have like a bonus. So that they would have failed that.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Well, then they take the full 12. And if this swarm works similar to the last swarm, they take double that. So, haha.
Indeed.
So, 15. That's main action. Then it's a 20-foot drop. I am spending the extra chakra to be able to run down walls. And since I ignore difficult terrain, it makes no difference to me. So getting...
Yeah, you do ignore difficult terrain.
Yeah, so getting to here is 20. So bonus action dash will give me... So 20 down, and then I have 10 feet to move. So hit there, hit there.
All right, let me move you on to this area because I have it so certain. Yeah.
Actually, I'll move. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it.
All right, bet. Yeah, so you unleash this series of this rain of shuriken that sends out into the darkness where you know Mitsu's general area is. I'll say he probably like advised you on like where they are specifically. So they crash into a whole bunch of these rock beetles, and you hear just the sound of like crunching of their chitinous exoskeletons and some high pitched screeching from them. And that is the end of your turn. We're going on Mitsu's turn now. Mitsu is gonna try to, let's see here. All right, cool. So Mitsu is gonna use his main action to cast the jutsu Barrack Maul. So I think that's 3 attacks, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh lord.
Yeah, 3 melee taijutsu attacks. So 1, 2. On each hit, you deal unarmed damage plus 1d4. 2. So I think only... Oh, okay, so 2 of those hit. So the nat 1 misses, but the 18 and the 12 hit. So let me roll damage for that. And this rock beetle swarm is going to have to make 2 constitution saving throws. A 4 and a 12. So this rock beetle swarm, I gotta make sure to note this on my screen. So one of them has 2 ranks of bleeding. Kind of hear some more high-pitched squealing and stuff. 2, and how much damage was that? So that's 10. Some very good damage to one of them, and that'll be the end of Mitsu's turn. As he kind of just he'll motion to you where I'll ping it on the map for you, Gabrilla, but he lets you know that Elkira's voice is like echoing from this specific like somewhere like area near here. You can't see in the dark, but you can hear like a sort of like cavern nearby just for the way like the echo is. But yeah, right here. So that's the end of Mitsu's turn. And going on Gabrilla's turn, yeah. So you hear more of Elkira's like primal, like anger-filled, sort of like screams and stuff, and a larger sounding like bug-like screeching sound in the distance.
Real. You said it's difficult terrain, right?
Yeah.
So it cuts my speed to 55 divided by 2, so about 25. I don't like that. I'm going to change that real quick. Gabrilla's going to drop down on all 4 as she triggers 2 jutsus. One is an action and one is a bonus action. The jutsus are Graceful Cat, which increases my speed by plus 20, and Primal Untamed Panther. Technically, that increases my speed by another 10.
Okay. You just honing in all of your animalistic instincts right now.
So normally that would cost 6 chakra, but I'm using 2 wild die to reduce the cost by 1 on both, so it only costs 4 chakra in total.
Isn't it? I think you roll it to. You might be able to potentially reduce it more, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it just subtracted by 1? I have to look because I haven't. It's the first time this Wild Child clan has been getting like
nature fuel.
Make sure. Spending a wild die, you tap in. So yeah, roll your wild die and subtract the cost of the technique you cast by half the result.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a minimum of 1 for the reduction. So I just want to see essentially if you get more. To explain to the viewers, okay, yeah, so it is 1. Yeah, wild die is is one of the clan features for the Wild Child clan.
So
Reduce
Panther
the other by
and
3 though.
Cat. Yeah. So it costs only 3 chakra.
Nice.
So we get 20, 17. And then she's gonna rush towards where she hears Akira. So her speed is now. Her speed's now
25 plus
85. 85.
Damn.
85 half to like what, like 35 or something?
So 40, 45. So yeah, so she's gonna go here.
Well, I guess
Then
it's
here.
Yeah, no, a good thing to clarify is it just takes more to move. Your speed itself wasn't reduced. Because
yeah, it just makes it cost more to be able to move and stuff. Yeah.
Well, guess what? When we get there, I'm gonna be fast as a cat.
Understandable.
Indeed. Yeah. So, Izumi, you see Gabrilla, get on all fours, and like some of her hair starts standing up one end and everything, and she taps into her like primal instincts and stuff, and you bounds off with a burst of wind behind her. And is that all you're doing for your turn?
45 feet's right here, and that's the closest I can get to Akira.
Okay, cool. All right, now is the top of. I don't know what round we are on specifically, but Uzi, it's your turn.
Yep. I've turned since I did the prodigy thing. I am not affected by it. The stupid movement thingamajig. So I am going to move up my full speed of 30 feet. I'm going to use to get up to Mitsu. I'll bring the light jutsu. You'll probably have brought. I'm also going to use my bonus action to bring the swarm up. Gotta have that on standby, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And for my
fish army.
Yeah. And since I can't really see anything, so I am going to use very nice jutsu. I'm going to use healing waters on Mitsu to heal some of his wounds.
What's the distance on that, homie?
Touch.
Let me see. So you might have to jump down there. How much movement did you use to get over there?
I have no movements.
You don't have any left?
Yeah. Thought it was tall enough.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's not taller than a 20 feet drop. No.
Unfortunate.
I'll probably say you would be able to main action dash to.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I have left.
Yeah, I'll probably say that. I mean, that's up to you on what you want to do. You could ready an action if you really want to do that. It's like if you jump down there on your. Actually, no. I would probably suggest something else for the main action, just because even if you ready the action for like when you get down there, then that's going to be the point of your next turn. So the ready action just goes away.
I'm gonna throw the rock that I have the light jutsu on down there.
All right, bet.
Whoa.
It hits Mitsu on the top of the head. Hey!
Catch!
Hits Mitsu on the top of head, perfectly falls in front of his eyes. Flashbang.
Everything is perfect. Yeah, that's my turn.
Awesome.
You still have your main action available if you wanna do.
Oh, okay.
You can see the rock
action
beetles now.
Yeah, okay.
No. Main action, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, since I can now see them, I'm gonna shoot them with my cannon.
The first time it's getting used.
No, that's wrong. I did use it accidentally that one time.
Oh yeah, you know that
So
that
true,
poor
bestie.
restaurant window.
Yeah. definitely a good way of doing that. I just gotta make a quick thing. I just gotta see how the yeah. That's a jutsu attack. I'm sure this will not miss. I hope I'm correct.
No, their AC is actually 27. I'm joking. No, yeah, so
Shit!
23 definitely hits.
Great. That is... I am using offensive tactic, which I just need to keep remembered to add intelligence. I shoot a cold damage bullet
Then they give him like one way. I mean,
for
they may
14
actually be dead,
damage
so.
from my shoulder cannon.
14 damage, yeah. So you describe how you fully like blast away this swarm of rock beetles.
As like Uzi drags back his cloak, like the cannon just like very rapidly just erupts forward and very quickly shoots like, what should you call it? Water bullet sounds too weak for what this cannon is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's lead into it. A concentrated water bullet, like very precisely at the rock beetle.
All right. Yeah. No. So it's just this hyper. It almost you guys can kind of see this unstable sort of energy congealing together inside of this shoulder-mounted cannon. As it has a little bit like high-tech like beeping sound as it activates. It extends and rises up on your shoulder and locks onto the swarm. And like I said, that unstable congealing of like water release chakra energy blasts out and causes a little bit of a shockwave as it hits the rock beetle swarm. And you guys see as the dust dissipates, the rock beetle swarm is just gone. So
I can't believe I was allowed to bring this to school.
I mean, it was hidden, so.
That's true.
Let me see.
God damn.
That is the nature of ninja, after all.
Yeah, so that's the end of your turn, Uzi. Next up is the rock beetle's turn. So I'm gonna ask, who would be within vision? Izumi and Uzi make me a. No, Gabrilla goes. So everybody make me a perception check. The only person that won't be able to make it is Mitsu because the stone sort of pillar is in the way.
Perception check.
18.
Yeah.
I got +2. Actually, let me change my stat real quick.
I have plus 1d4 to it. Ah, that's perfect. Nat 19.
What did everybody get?
Sorry, a
18
natural
and
19.
What did Gabrilla get on that perception check?
I forgot to put the 16 on my thing from the Cat Grace, so I'm just checking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A doodly deedly deedly da.
Okay, all right. So Azumi and Uzi, you're able to see it. You guys have been making a lot of noise, like I was saying, to start off the combat in the mines and stuff. So
Yeah.
you see a little bit of a lump form in this section where there's still a little bit of a glowing lantern heading into a cavern, which you see some dry blood out in the edges, very edges of the light. You see a lump forming underneath the ground, heading towards you guys.
Oh shit.
So I'll handle that real quick. So that's all I can do for that.
I
that
have
will
the right
remain-
way to go to...
Yeah, it's this way. Let me make a little line for you.
Okay.
I'll make a line
Okay.
linger. Yeah, that direction. Yeah. So this.
So there is a pathway to get there?
Mm-hmm.
Seemingly.
Okay.
So this rock beetle swarm is kind of getting jumped right now. I think that it's going to. So it's going to use its movement. You guys see it burrows into the ground. And it's just going to ready its action. And that'll be the end of the rock beetle's turn. Next up, sorry, I forgot I have to roll another thing for. Oh yeah, I already did. Sorry, I'm like scatterbrained a little bit. I have to roll basically on each of the rock beetle's turn to see if more of them show up. Because you guys are in their nest, so. Yeah, I guess there's one right here. He'll make a. I'll roll a d2 to see who he attacks between Mitsu or Izumi.
There is one right there.
Yeah, I forgot about the lone rock beetle that was just chilling by himself. I'll roll that real quick.
That rock beetle is standing on
Hit
business.
me, motherfucker.
Beetle. Nah, I'd win.
Yeah, so it leaps out from inside the wall and leaps towards you, Izumi. So it's going to make an attack towards you.
Hit me, motherfucker. I will hit you right back.
Oh wait, it hasn't used its friction burn yet. So that's what it's going to do. It's going to use its friction burn right here. Make me a well, I won't tell you the DC. Make me a Constitution save.
A con save, you say?
Got this.
We will see. That's a 12.
A 12 does not succeed. So you take 11 fire damage, and let me see how much you. So you didn't fail by 5 or more. So there's nothing additional with it. But yeah, so this rock beetle like leaps onto like the back of your shoulder and starts like vibrating in place so fast to the point where your skin starts getting like friction burned off and everything. Just a searing pain on the back of your shoulder.
Hey, quick question.
Yeah.
That would sober you up.
Does that count as a funny hits me with a melee attack or no?
It's not an attack roll since it enforces a saving throw. If it's like anything, if it's like specific towards attack rolls, it doesn't count as an attack roll.
No, it's specific towards a melee attack.
I mean, I would count it as a melee attack only because it's using its body for this maneuver.
Then I can proc. Because it hit me with the thing, I get to make my reaction to strike back.
Okay.
So, haha. I doubt an 8 hits.
No, an 8 doesn't hit. Yeah, it's just like it's out of the corner of your eye, so you go to try to slash at it and everything to intercept it on the way, but you're still a little bit not all mentally there and stuff. So it your future sight predicts the wrong location that the rock beetle is going to be in, so you slash past it. Damn. But that is the end of the rock beetle's turn. Next up is going to be another round of the regional effect. So it's no longer difficult terrain for you, Gabrilla. Some of the mass amount of bugs crawling underneath your feet kind of slows down a little bit, but we'll see what the next layer action is going to be. All right, so on a 2, repeated burrowing has caused the ceiling to become uneven and shaky. All creatures must make a dexterity save or take 2d4 piercing damage from the jagged rocks falling onto them. Failure by 5 or more causes the creatures to gain 1 rank of bruised. So everybody go ahead and make me those dex saves.
I'm gonna spend a will of fire. Yeah. Oh, damn.
Oh shit, I fucked it up.
You're not allowed.
Can you see that roll?
Yeah, 1d20 plus 6.
Yeah, okay, cool. So I can take that 20 then.
Net 20
Oh
from
my lord.
Gabrilla. God damn.
Casual 21.
She's getting to Akira one way or another, and nothing's stopping her.
Yeah. So I think all you guys succeed this one. So you're able to dodge out of the way. You're able to dodge out of the way of the falling rocks from the ceiling and stuff. But next up is Zumi's turn.
Crazy. Is this bug still counted on me?
Zooming through these holes.
Yeah, it currently would be occupying your space.
I see. So I'm gonna move 10, and I'm gonna do a funny teleport 15 feet to get the fuck out the way. No, I can't go there. You tell me if the bug stays on me during the teleport.
No. it like falls and hits the ground.
Yeah, fuck you, bug. So that was 5, 10 plus the 15, 25. 30, and then because we were going this way anyways, bonus action dash for another 30. I didn't. No, I would want main action dash, and then I'm a bonus action hide as I get over here.
Okay. All right. As you dash into this cavern, you make a left, and then you see lying on the ground is a mangled corpse of a stone bug, definitely, but it looks very different from the ones that you guys were just fighting. For reference, the rock beetles that you guys were fighting before are more beetle-like sort of rock type bugs. Their exoskeleton looks similar to a rock, but this one that you're looking at right here on the ground is noticeably bigger, clearly maybe like an adult version of some sort of species related to this. As you can tell, like it's related to the rock beetle that you're fighting, but instead of like it being like this beetle-like sort of shape that's very familiar, it almost has like a regiment, like a segmented plates that make up its body, almost like like an armadillo is shaped. It's like a spiky version of that, essentially, with more like crab-like thicker sort of legs as opposed to the small dozens of beetle-like legs that the other ones have. Just something you notice in the ground. It's a dead corpse of one of them.
See. And for Gabrilla, because Gabrilla would have been the main one to see Izumi as she's hiding. Gabrilla, you notice as Izumi was dashing in, she almost seemed to camouflage with the area around her through the use of the silver cloth.
That is indeed true. I forgot. Yeah. So that platinum silver cloth that you're wearing and everything shrouds your location. Next up is Mitsu. So Mitsu is just going to. He kind of yells over to you, Gabrilla. So that guy from earlier, he's gonna make it, right?
He gives a warming smile with cold eyes and says, "Of course he will."
He just like fist bumps. Yes.
First lie Gabrilla said in a long time.
Yeah, no insight check from Mitsu. He believes you. He's gonna walk over and he seemed a little bit shell shocked about that. Like about as upset as somebody like Mitsu can be, but yeah, he seemed a little bit upset when he thought that the guy died. But he seems like a little bit better spirits now. He's gonna go to try to stomp on this rock beetle as just a main action. $23 definitely hits. I don't even think there's really any point in me rolling damage, but we'll see. 6. Okay, yeah. So he crushed this rock beetle underneath his foot, and that'll be the end of Mitsu's turn. Next up is you, Gabrilla.
No, Gabrilla's gonna be running at full speed. So let's just calculate. So 30 here. And she's still running on all four like a feline. So 30, 55, 65. Which way is the next pathway? Does it go up?
Right here, yeah.
So 55. 70. 85.
All right. right. Along the way, you see more of these strange stone bug corpses that apparently look like some sort of variation of the rock beetles you guys are fighting now. As you go into, let me just put down on the light jutsu so you can see what's in this area.
I have dark vision, so I see everything.
Yeah, I'll just do 60 feet for your thing just to make it simpler. I gotta reveal a couple things on the map now. Two. All right. So yeah, as you run up this cavern, you see various glowing sort of chakra-enriched crystals are glowing a little bit as you run by them a little bit, kind of casting the area in a blue glow. As you leap up a little bit of a small hill, you see like mass amounts of carnage has happened in this area that you're in. It's like almost like a pit that goes down a little bit, but you see El Kira just repeatedly just punching the dead corpse of a very large, strange, like large bug that you see. It's almost like it's like a mixture of a mantis and like a. It has some beetle like roach-like features, but it's like a souped up, kind of like more deadly version of like a mantis from the look that you're getting. It has one of the mandibles is broken, but it has like large, like almost like sword-sized mandibles, almost like the size of maybe like half of your arm and everything. They could chop through trees with one bite, and large like pincers for its hands that are kind of like crab-like. That's on the ground right now, currently a dead corpse. You see El Kira is just repeatedly punching this corpse with rage, and there's like mass amounts of smaller dead of these like rock-like bugs all around.
Just speak up. She watches this. She stands there in silence for like a second or two before speaking out. Akira? Is that you? You there?
He was repeatedly punching this corpse with just like reckless abandon, clearly not even thinking. As soon as he hears your voice, you see his head pops up and he looks at you. What you're looking at right now, this is El Kira's like face. This is El Kira as the person, but he's not mentally there. Like when he looks at you, you see he doesn't like recognize you at all. His face is twisted into like almost a inhuman level of rage on his face as he just as he looks at you with like kind of like drool slobbering from his mouth and everything. So he's very clearly not. He's hostile in mechanical terms. Like you sense a bloodlust kind of coming off of him and stuff that's not like slowing down at all.
Okay.
There's like wounds kind of all over his body and everything, like scratch wounds that are like deep into his back, his arms and stuff like that. But yeah, he I'll say you also do notice on the walls and then on his hands, you see almost like a sword like bone sort of shape kind of like exiting out from his hands and stuff. It's like Wolverine style, except that it's just one. It's one bone sword that's jutting out from his hand, kind of like Wolverine, but with just one claw instead of three.
Oh. She'll use her action to move more. Her main action to move more, so a dash action to get closer to him. But as a bonus action, she's using patient defense to dodge as a bonus action, just in case he attacks her.
All right. And for mechanical terms, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, her goal is to try to calm him.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that part up. So in order to calm him down, you in mechanical terms, you are going to have to damage him a little bit to get him to calm down, or grapple him, whatever you want to do. But As you go to run towards Elkira, it's a good thing you did patient defense because you see. Well, it wouldn't be their turn yet. Never mind. I'll wait on that part. But yeah, that's the. Is that all you're doing for your turn? Good, bro.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. All right. So going on Elkira's turn now. He looks at you with like a feral amount of rage, and he is going to open up a sheet real quick. He's gonna just make a basic attack towards you. It's a 22 to hit. Oh wait, that's what he has disadvantage on the attack roll, right?
Yep. Somebody's doing the dodge action.
Yeah, because of the patient defense. All right, cool. Let me roll that again. It's a good thing he had disadvantage. So the 22 still hits. That's 6 slashing damage, but this comes up with one of his features. So once per turn, when he would deal damage to a creature with a melee weapon or taijutsu attack, he can make an additional attack as a part of that action at a -5 penalty.
Okay.
So he's gonna make an additional attack as just this flurry of blows comes out with his claws out, still with disadvantage. So we'll see. So the second attack doesn't hit. Yeah, so he slashes you across the chest with his bone claw, like still frothing in the mouth and everything.
Truck or shield?
Okay, all right. So how much is that? You get 12, 16 temp HP.
Yeah, 16 temp HP. So that means it doesn't disappear after the round, since it's 10 HP.
And I'll go ahead and put down. I know we have a temp HP symbol for. Make that available for you to edit. All right, I think that is that. Let me read Chakra Shield again for the new version, just to make sure I get this right.
Yeah. So, trucker around protecting you around your trigger attack. You get 12 if you have a nature release. Choose against
yeah.
a signature nature release keyword. And then it's 16 if you don't have a nature release.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, he is going to. I think that's the end of. Well, he does have multi attack. He's going to make one more attack towards you.
Still at disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm about to roll again.
So you did 6 points of damage to it, right?
Yeah, so you can add your. Was it 16 temp HP to the thing?
Yeah. So I did 10. I'm at 10 now.
All right, but.
No, he did 6 to your temporary hit point.
Yeah, I just had to subtract that on the thing. So that's another 8. Oh wait, no, don't subtract 8 yet because it doesn't add his ability modifier with multi attack. That is.
The 16 hits
3
Gabrilla?
slashing damage.
Yeah, 16's there. It's a meat, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't realize.
So it's another 6?
Another 3.
Another 3, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so he slashes you across the chest, and you see he follows it up with lightning speed and everything. You've always suspected that, I mean, that's up to Gabrilla, but you might have always suspected that he had some sort of shinobi background just based off of how he could fight and stuff. But yeah, this is like lightning precision that you haven't seen him before. Like, he's trying to kill you. Clearly not, his mind isn't all there. But yeah, Uzi, it's your turn at the top of the next round.
Yep. I'm probably just gonna have to take the dash action. The piranhas will have to be left behind, unfortunately.
You can leap down if you want.
Hmm?
You can leap down if you want. There's a reaction cats fall where you can have the damage of falling damage.
Oh, really? Is that a proficiency thing, or?
No, I don't think you have to be proficient.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna do that then, dropping 5 feet down.
Alright, so it would just be half of well, it's an easy
be
check. So if
10.
I'm not mistaken, I did a DC 12 for your for an acrobatics check just to have the damage real quick.
Alright. DC 12.
Wait, are you proficient in acrobatics?
Oh, no.
Disregard what I said. I'm sorry.
Alright, I take damage.
It's a proficient action. Sorry. Did you want to do anything else? I didn't want to force you into that because I know I was the one who.
No, that's fine. I would have gone down anyway.
All right. It's 2d6. It's just 9 bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground with a hard thump.
Oh, oh God. Oh, the things I do for this group is then just gonna. It's time to just dash. I have 55 movement.
All right.
I think it's 20, 25.
Well, before you do that full movement,
Yep.
something might have to get resolved.
Oh no.
As I did preface that the other rock beetle swarm had readied an action for something.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna
you
need
just
you to
walked
make me
above them.
I'm gonna need you to make me a dexterity save. As you're running over, you feel a little bit of a rumble underneath your feet.
Continue.
I feel like such an asshole, but it's all good. So let me reveal the rock beetles.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's nice that you think it's good.
Would you have taken the light jutsu rock with you? Mitsu would have been able to held it out for you when you landed.
Probably not.
Okay.
I probably
yeah,
thought Mitsu would have brought it with him on his turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you, as the ground rumbles underneath your feet, similar to what happened to Gabrilla, the ground falls out from underneath you. So you fall 10 feet down into a pit, and you are currently surrounded. You land directly on top of this rock beetle swarm. So yeah, it's just like that scene from the Mummy movie. You're just being swarmed by these rock beetles as they crawl over you and try to crawl inside your clothes. So you fall prone into the pit.
I have such a bad idea. I wanted to. Damn it! That's an action. Fuck! I shouldn't have taken my dash action immediately.
All right, so that is.
I have anything for
falling damage.
I have anything for my bonus? No.
Yeah, so that's 3 bludgeoning damage as you fall, hit your head on the wall a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're currently at the bottom of this pit. So
I know.
that is.
If only.
Is that all for the ooze master?
That's too far. Yeah, I think that's too far for a piranhas to reach as well. So I'm just gonna, with my bonus action, move the piranhas. I think it's 10 feet. That I'm not allowed to move up there. Oh, there we go. And then it's 20 feet down. So yeah, that's it.
All right, yeah. You frantically just try to call for your piranha swarm and everything to come down there as these bugs are swarming around you.
I have an idea.
And I'll handle that part of it first. So they are going to infest you. So it's a thing with small swarms of smaller creatures. So if it chooses to infest you, they have to roll a 1d4 to determine the number of creatures that are infesting you.
Oh, I hate this. No!
Get crawled on.
Motherfucker! Shut up.
Gabrilla can have bugs crawling and living in her hair for years on years. Uzi can dollar in one day.
No. Yours was by choice. Per creature infesting at the start of their turns. So yeah, that's gonna be you're gonna want to figure out. I mean, I think that's self-explanatory, but you're gonna want to figure out how to get these bugs off you before the start of your next turn because
Before the start of my next turn?
I just realized that the contradictions to that statement. It still stands. It's whatever.
I don't
yeah,
have
so
reactions, you know this.
This is true. This is true.
I be speaking
So-
facts.
They are just gonna make their attack towards you.
Well, Mitsu's there, you're fine.
I don't think he
With
fits in the hole.
advantage.
But he can pull you out.
I think his arm is
Even
bigger
with
than
advantage. Even with advantage, they miss. So yeah, as they're just like crawling low. You feel that like that cool sensation as if like a rock is like on your skin, but there's like dozens of wriggly legs with like a translucent sort of like slime kind of coming off of them and stuff. So you're trying to like just wriggle out of the way, and they're not able to find purchase to bite your body. But you feel a couple of them crawl underneath your clothes and start trying to burrow at your skin. Next up is the. I don't think there's any other. Oh yeah, there is another rock beetle swarm. One pops out and tries to attack Mitsu.
Luck to that one.
Oh yeah, I do want to note because I forgot to say something about it. So right here, I'll resolve actually a whole bunch of stuff at the end of the turn. But right here, you see that this is the cargo that they were asking for.
Yeah.
You see like an assortment of bags with a whole bunch of like blue crystals in them and like various like artifacts that are inside of there. So there's the cargo they were looking for. But I'm gonna make these attacks towards Mitsu real quick. An 8 does not hit. So yeah, they leap out to try to bite at Mitsu, but he kind of shields up his arm, and they're not able to break his skin. So just at the end of this turn, real quick, because I just realized that the other villagers and like thugs are supposed to go on Mitsu's turn. I'll just handle that real quick. They run down.
It's been like 2 turns since then. Damn.
Yeah. 60 feet.
Oh, Willem has a picture now.
Yeah, he's a named NPC, so I thought I might as well get him a picture.
Like a dashing young man.
All right, so let me see. I don't even think they can really do anything here. Yeah, that'll be it for them. They all just take their dash actions and run over. Try to make sure to get that cargo whenever you can. But that'll be the next layer action here. Four. Alright, so on a 4 for the D4, the stench and sight of the piles of bones with rotting flesh sicken you to your core. All creatures must make a mental resilience saving throw or lose 1 point of mental resilience. So it's just this mass amounts of corpses and dead things as you're running along. It's just psychologically having a toll on you.
Net 20.
Of course, the
that
one that
count?
dreams and sees people burning on fire gets a natural 20.
Yeah.
Man, y'all are having issues here?
Shut up.
So Uzi just barely passes. You just meet the DC, and it makes sense for Gabrilla as this is a very distressing situation, especially with your mentor / father figure trying to like kill you as he's in like he has like rabies or something like that right now, like that sort of deal. So you lose 1 point of mental resilience, Gabrilla, but you don't fail by 5 or more, so it's not as bad as it could be.
I'm now at 14.
Important
Yay.
question. This does not count as a combative roll, does it?
In terms of what?
In terms of, is it a combative roll?
For like the layer action?
Yeah.
I wouldn't count it as a combative role because it's not like any entity is trying to fight you. It's just how hostile the environment is.
Well, then, in that case, haha, will of fire.
I just got lawyered into that one, but I can't argue against it. All right.
That's why I asked, does it count as combative? I didn't know if it did since we're in a combat area, or if it's only directly combat actions that would determine that.
Yeah, you tricked me. It's all good. I'll give you that one. That was clever. So, Izumi, it's your turn.
Oh, I see. First, Izumi is gonna call back for Uzi. Are you two okay in there?
You don't hear any words. It's just like very rapid and kind of loud panting.
You just hear Uzi.
I see. Mitsu, do you have in there?
Oh yeah, I can get him out.
Okay. Oh, Jesus, coughing. There we go.
Imagine hearing all that out of context.
Crazy. So yeah, I trust Mitsu, so 30 there, bonus dash. We will go up to here.
And I just now realized how fast Gabrilla is compared to everyone else.
You're just now realizing this?
I just now realized that on map wise.
You initiated the boss battle before anyone else was ready for the boss. But yeah.
This is the quote unquote real boss of the area, yeah.
Also, just to ask, S.O.C, did I ever clarify what thing in the void assassination technique table I'm using?
I know we talked about it a little while ago, but I don't remember off the top of my head.
I'm gonna assume I picked rune, as I don't know what else I would pick here. And
I believe it was rune, if I'm not mistaken.
All right. So with that, I will no action mark my weapon, and I am going to main act. Ooh, actually, would I be able to with Gabrilla right there attack him?
It would be with disadvantage to attack through a space. There's like specific feats for letting you attack through contested spaces. Yeah.
Would my stealth have been broken with the question I asked?
What, with like throwing something?
No, when I asked over here back to them, like, are they good? Would that break my stealth?
I'll say Elkira doesn't notice you yet, as he is like in a feral state right now. So yeah, you're still under stealth.
Okay. In that case, then I'm pretty sure I moved the full thing I could.
Oh, let me go read the jutsu real quick before I start anything.
No, I'm pretty sure I moved. Nope, yep, that's what it was. Oh, but I can move one more square. I'll move one more up in that case. Even with the advantage to the attack, so that would just be a straight roll. I'll go for it. Ba-da-ba. Damn, I doubt 12 hits.
A 12 doesn't hit. Yeah, you see as you throw the kunai, it sails past Gabrilla's shoulder, but you see Elkira in like a split second, like wide eyes, like bloodshot eyes of fury, just bites the kunai out of the air.
Oh, I see.
This is very much like you're looking at something that's supposed to be human, but it's just this level of rage shouldn't be possible for a person.
I see. Let me quickly read the effects.
It's safe to say Izumi can't see what Gabrilla eyes look like from behind, right?
I cannot. I guess you could argue it with future sight since she's getting glimpses, but unless you specify she sees that, no, she does not.
What is Gabrilla's mindset? I'm actually interested in what's going on right now.
So Gabrilla, she's not moving in a combative way per se. She's more moving in like fluent, like water or flames dancing in the wind. She keeps her composure while she talks to him, trying to calm him without throwing a fist. Like if she's done this before, like when he's an angry drunk or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she's doing right now.
Yeah,
Doing her best to avoid fighting.
It's actually interesting. You definitely would have seen him like this before, but you've never seen him to this extent. Like he seems like he's barely like holding on. Where it was like before, he was just overcome with anger. In this situation, it seems like he just has something lit a fire underneath him to the point where he has like a level of rage you haven't seen before in any like living thing. But yeah, I'll probably say since you're closest to him, you just kind of hear him mumbling underneath his breath, in between the incoherent sort of like primal sounds and stuff. He's like, "It's my fault. It's my fucking fault." Just yelling to himself. But Izumi, are you doing anything else in your turn?
No, that's everything I'm able to do because I main action through the kunai, bonus action I dash, so yeah, that's all I can do.
Mitsu is gonna run over. He kind of shoulder charges through the piranha swarm a little bit and kind of giggles as he as he interacts with the piranhas. But he just grabs you by your chest, Uzi, and hoists you out of the pit. The rock beetles are still on you, so you all technically are still taking up the same space. But he does hoist you up, and he's gonna try to. There's a specific thing for this because it's hard to attack a swarm when it's occupying someone's space. Give me 1 second.
No.
Collateral damage. Okay, so in melee, an ally can take a -5 penalty to the attack roll to deal half damage to the swarm instead while they're within your space. So he's trying not to hit you. He's going to use an action. Yeah, I'll cast Barrack Maul again. Let's see. I also just realized I gotta subtract some chakra for. Give me 1 second. Alright, so he should have 10 chakra missing. Because he cast it Barrack Maul last time. That's 10. Alright, so what were the results of those 3 attacks? So this was a -5. Yeah, so 2 of those attacks hit, even with the -5. That's 9. Plus. All right, so he doesn't deal much because he already it's half damage to the swarm anyway for like the single target attacks, and then it's halved again because he's trying not to hurt you, Uzi. So he does 6 damage to this rock beetle swarm. Still damages a little bit. He crushes a couple of them, but you see he's just sumo slapping like as many of these rock beetles off of you as he can. And I think that actually does stop you from being infested because swarm's maximum damage up to 2. Okay, yeah, so the amount of bugs that are removed are based on the damage. So he removes all the bugs since there were only 4 on you, or 4 inside of your like clothes and stuff. But that is the end of Mitsu's turn. We'll move the light jutsu down a little bit.
Mitsu is great. Let's go. I will not be tolerating any Mitsu slander in the comments.
He is the best. He's the definition of the best guy.
He is the best dude.
Gabrilla, it's your turn.
I got 2 questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna determine what I do. So I have this thing called Oxen Strike, where it does an unarmed strike. Where it does an unarmed strike attack. Okay. If I use the light property of my hands, can I actually do 2 unarmed strikes in one taijutsu move?
Not with a taijutsu, but that only applies to basic attacks, or the attack action. But before you do your stuff, sorry, I didn't mean to do things out of order. It was just in the GM layer, so I didn't peep it. But you do hear some rumbling behind you, and Izumi, you see some rumbling on the ground in front of you, as you see popping out is the same. It's like a living version of that strange large bug corpse that I had described before, like this souped up like mantis crab like cockroach hybrid sort of thing, with like spiky plating, pops out. It looks very damaged and has a whole bunch of like claw and slash marks, so it seems like this might be another creature that Elkira was fighting. But it is gonna just roll a D2 real quick to see who it decides to attack.
Attack me, coward.
Well, it does attack you. So Azumi, make me a perception check real quick. This is just to determine if it has advantage from attacking from surprising you from underneath the ground.
16.
I'll have it make a 16. All right, let me have it make a stealth check. You have the higher modifier, so you beat it. You beat this one out just barely. With your future sight, you're able to just notice just before it's about to bite you that it's about to pop out of the ground. So this would just be what normal attack. So a 15 misses, but a 26 hits.
Yes, however, in response, I will be awaiting stancing this.
Alright, so I'll have it roll again.
And as my awaiting stance procs, I am triggering Great Assault from it as well. Because it's through a waiting stance, I do not spend the additional chakra. So I make the attack.
Yep, so it misses you with a 14 with that disadvantage from a waiting stance.
What is this? Is this just make a melee taijutsu attack against? Yep, so just a d20 plus 6. You son of a bitch, you know what? I gained a Will of Fire. I'm petty. Yeah, I'm petty, mofo.
21 indeed hits.
So, and that's 3d6, or no, 3d8. Oh man, I don't use this at all. And, oh hey, this actually works out pretty well for me. 12 bludgeoning, and I gain advantage on my next melee or taijutsu attack against the creature.
Alright, 12 bludgeoning. Alright, and then like how does Izumi go about like dodging this attack and then reacting with her own attack?
As just before it would have come out of the ground to attack her, her stance almost shifted entirely from focusing on El Kiera to a more defensive posture. So as it comes out to strike at her, she almost sets herself to nimbly evade, but in that same motion, she uses that momentum to just land a good fucking sucker punch on him.
All right, nice. Yeah, it kind of shakes its head a little bit. That dealt a good bit of damage since it's already hurt. But now it's Gabrilla's turn, so I didn't mean to interrupt you beforehand. I just forgot that they were before you.
Warren, oxygen strike is a punch or a shoulder check. Can I manipulate the shoulder check to a tackle hook? So like,
Well, like you're
I'll
trying
be
to
like
grappling.
grapple him, but also like charge at him.
That would just
I
be
can.
an athletics check as an action in terms of like grappling.
All right, because I wanted to use oxygen strike, so I hurt him, but I want to make it. But I want to end with a grapple, if that's okay.
Okay, so here's the way I think I'm going to do this. It's the same way I let Uzi kind of out of combat make a chakra control check to make the Piranha Swarm act differently than it usually does. So this is a taijutsu, so I'll ask for a martial arts check. I'll call this if you want to grapple and deal damage at the same time, like you would to grapple into him. I'll say this is a DC 16 martial arts check.
Martial art?
Yeah, it's essentially the way I'm going to be doing like spellcraft, like from like Pathfinder or something like that. If you're trying to do something where using a jutsu in a way that's not initially intended to, that's just a specific check.
16.
16 just beats it. Yeah. All right. So go ahead and do your oxen strike, usual stuff, and he'll have the grapple condition.
Oh. Oh, it's meant to be. It's meant to be.
Indeed. Yeah. Go ahead and. How many attacks?
Damn, you crit on that too. Nice.
It's my unarmed strike plus 1d8 plus. Do I do plus my thing? Let me just double check before I say anything. Yeah, so it's my unarmed strike, unarmed damage, plus 1d8 force damage. So 1d6 bludgeoning, 1d8 force. And I'm also going to use Shatter Point.
Shatter Point. All right.
Which is focus talent, which breaks any defense he has for a round.
That's definitely be useful for
with Furious Technique, which ignores DR if he has any. So I'm ignoring it and breaking it at the same time.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you're able to bypass his fortified body.
And then in a grapple as hold on to him. And how
he has to make
this
a con
is
save as well.
Yeah, to be prone and take 1 level concussion. He fails.
That's a 13, so it definitely fails.
So he's prone, and since he's prone, she's gonna be laying on top of him, just like holding on to him. And he said it's all my fault, correct?
Yeah. He's mumbling that to himself in a crazed fashion.
Gabrilla is going to put some points together. Doesn't know if she makes sense or not, but it's how her brain processes it. That he disappeared. He's been doing stuff more for Gabrilla, and she's just going to hold on to him, attached to him, hold on to him, and just start tears falling as she says. She seems to speak with like a cry in her voice as she says, "Calm down, I'm here, Dad."
I'll have him make a wisdom save. His eyes, 14 for the wisdom save. His eyes soften for a moment. Like you see in this chaotic storm that is his mind right now. He calms for a moment, but he looks at you and you see like a crazed animal, like when it sees like it's trying to survey whatever sort of threatening things you could do to it. He looks at your hand that has blood on it. Not as much blood as you think it did for like the PTSD vision that you had, but there's still blood on there from when you wring that man's neck to mercy kill him and stuff. He sees that blood on your hands and he's like, you ain't my run. Gabrilla wouldn't have that blood on her hands. And he's just kind of like squirming in place now.
Tears are clearly falling off her face. And that'll be the end of her turn.
All right. He's going to use his action to try to break the grapples. So go ahead and make me a contested athletics check real quick.
Oh, absolutely. With pleasure. Oh, that's a little tricky.
Oh, wait. He should have made another wisdom save because you damaged him as well. Hold up 1 second. God damn, Elkira. Still taking a little bit of effort to knock him into his senses. 26. So yeah, he just barely. You're able to hold him down at first, but then just this inhuman level of strength is just hard to control as he just like lifts up his arms and knocks you off of him as he's gonna stand up using half of his movement. That did make him use his action, thankfully, but he still looks completely enraged. And you also do notice the wounds on his body are starting to like close up a lot faster than usual. Like he's regenerating. But I think for his bonus action, let me see something real quick. He's just gonna use Rising Dragon. So an 18 hits. So yeah, he looks at you as like, "You're not Gabrilla," and he just yells it again. "You're not Gabrilla!" As he is gonna attempts to uppercut you, and the 18 connects with your chin, and that is 6. Hold up. That's just the additional damage. 1 second. Luckily, you have that temp HP up. But yeah, so that's 16 total damage as his fist connects with the bottom of your chin and sends you flying up 30 feet. You just hit the top of the ceiling, but you're not taking falling damage in this specific scenario. But yeah, you do hit the top of the ceiling. Since I don't think you land with no falling damage because with this jutsu specifically. So I think that depletes your temp HP all the way.
It actually lowered me down to 12 actual HP.
What, with the temp HP included?
Yep.
Okay, all right. I'll just put this one on the GM layer just in case you ever use Chakra Shield again.
Yep.
But he's looking at you with a crazed fashion right now, just shaking his head, just saying over again, "You're not her. You're not her." And that is Uzi's turn.
I'll
So,
be right back.
Okay.
right. The bugs were removed, right? Because were still on me, just not infested.
Yeah, you're not infested, but they're still like in your space. Yeah.
Can I Mitsu, drop me on the ground. I need to do something now.
Okay. He just drops you on the ground.
He is going to right, I was prone. That's fine. I have enough. I'm gonna use half my movement to stand up from prone. Then I'm gonna go sufficiently away from Mitsu.
Mhm.
And I'm just this is 10-foot range. Perfect. Like as he's feeling like all of the bugs like creeping across his body, he's very much like every part of his body is twitching rapidly and very aggressively as his eyes very much dilate and just looks forward with a very freaked out and a bit of fear like in his eyes as he just like feels every cell of his body begin to pour out chakra. As I'm gonna cast oppressive aura. Hasn't been used since like session 2.
Yeah, you haven't
Which
used that for a while.
Yeah, which exerts chakra across an area, all across him. So he's just like releasing chakra from every part of his body in a single burst. It's going to need to make a strength saving throw.
It's not particularly good at these.
I fucking hope it fails.
Yeah, I mean, this is a straight D20. So,
please.
if
the odds are with me.
15?
Oh, let's go. I have 16. Oh, let's go. That +1 to save my ass. A third time, I think, now. Alright, since they failed, they are knocked prone to the ground. They are pushed to their knees on the ground. They are prone. They cannot stand up while inside of this aura that I have, which is just like a passive aura of chakra just constantly emanating. And if they go outside of the aura, they are unaffected.
How big is this aura?
It's 10 feet.
10 feet. All right, let me make that a thing on here.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So a couple of the bones nearby you as well, so just like shattering stuff, kind of sending a mass amounts of those small brooding rock bugs kind of crawling out of the pile of rotting flesh and bone. Just from the weight of your chakra and stuff, it's crushing the other objects in the area. Are you doing anything as a bonus action?
Piranha swarm cleanup now. Rose just gonna start. I'm gonna have it just like begin eating the bugs that are just falling to the ground. The funny part about oppressive aura is that it affects everything that's within range, but like the passive part only affects creatures that stay within it. So it's like marking everyone inside, and then it's that they do get another saving throw at the beginning of their turn. Like I'm gonna have the piranha swarm go in to just begin eating the bugs in a fight like a nature channel way, I guess.
You're gonna be given the shark contract at some point.
Yeah, no, really. At this point, you're doing all the
the shark contract.
You're doing all the PR work.
I am single-handedly keeping these people in business.
Yep. So go ahead and make your attack roll for the piranha swarm.
Yeah.
It's with advantage.
Love that.
Because they're prone and stuff.
R2d20, keep highest one, +7. 15. Hope that hits.
15 hits.
Woo! They take 2d6 piercing and 2d6 cold damage. Holy shit!
See, you describe how the piranhas, they really do clean up crew, would take out this entire thing.
The water creatures are the perfect cleanup crew. The piranha swarm, just like as much as it can, like just mows across the ground in like a very rapid motion, just moving across like the ground as it's just like every piranha is like in a wall almost like almost like a lawnmower, like just like eating everything in its path.
All right, yeah, and they fully demolished this swarm of prone rock beetles that had previously been crawling all over you.
Yeah.
So, let me see something real quick. The thugs kind of run up to the edge of the cliff, and they're like, "Pass us that cargo over there."
Oh god, I hate these fucking creatures so much.
Kid, wake the hell up! We don't got time for this.
Shut up! Go get the cargo yourself.
His shoulders jump a little bit when you yell at him. But yeah, is that the end of Uzi's turn?
Yeah.
All right, but next up is the rock beetle. So there's only one swarm left here.
Even the nerd has to be angry sometimes.
This is true. I mean, you did just have a swarm of rock-like beetles crawling all over you, so I feel like it's understandable to be upset. So this the swarm is going to. Oh, wait, let me roll its recharge real quick to see if it gets its friction burn back. A 4. Okay, so it doesn't get its friction burn thing back. It'll just make a attack here. 16. Does a 16 hit Mitsu? It normally would, but he's going to use a reaction to do Mirage Blitz. So it's 4 chakra. So that gives him a +3 bonus to his AC as he kind of leaps back out of the way, kind of boxer style, and then leaps back in and makes an attack himself. A 13 just barely hits. So yeah, he kind of like literally like a boxer. He leans back to slip the attack from these rock beetles, and then returns with a thunderous sumo slap. So let me see how much damage. That's 10 bludgeoning damage to these things. And that is the. Let me roll real quick to see if any more rock beetles show up. Nope. All right, so you hear some more chittering in the distance, Uzi, kind of down this cavern a little bit, where you see some dried blood at the edge of the light. But it seems very far away. So if something else is on the way, it's not going to be here for at least, in mechanical terms, at least for like 6 rounds.
Yeah.
So you have plenty of time. All right, now is the layer action here. So you roll a d4. It's a 4, so it makes sense, especially considering where you guys are at. So I'm going to need another mental resilience saving throw, as you guys just can't help but notice these piles of rotting flesh and bone.
All right, that was a 10 mental resilience now.
17.
Let me see something real quick. So the DC was 15. I think you fell by 5 more than 5, Uzi.
Yup.
So you gain 1 rank of fear.
I could prodigy this. That sounds lame.
Man, that's up to you whether you want to use prodigy for it.
No.
Mental resilience is a core stat, so that, that's up to what you want to do with it.
That just makes it a 10. I'm gonna fail anyway. It's just if I want to have fear. Which, though, I think after this it makes sense. So I won't be using a prodigy charge.
Yeah, it makes sense for the thing, because I forgot that, it only makes it a 10.
Yeah.
Right.
It does. I just have 4 other resistances.
Yeah, so one rank of fear. So you have disadvantage on ability checks, if I'm not
Right,
mistaken.
you
Let me see.
just changed those rules, if I remember.
Yeah, so the way to explain the way they had the fear condition before, it was just like a -1 to saving throws or like save DCs for each rank of fear, and after that it was pretty much just nothing else for any other actual effects. So I'm like, it doesn't really do anything. So I just changed it to
Disadvantage
how it
on
is.
ability checks first.
Yeah, I just changed it to how it is in regular 5e. But yeah, so that is the regional effect here. What did everybody else get? Yeah, all of you guys succeeded, the other ones. So that's it for the regional effect. Izumi, it's your turn as you're facing off with this large, monstrous bug.
Two things here. First, Izumi is gonna. I will bonus action first. I'm gonna mark this fucker as my primary target, so I would like to know one resistance and what that resistance is a thing from, please.
Let us see. It doesn't have any resistances, but I'll give you info on it. Has a DR of 5 against non-chakra enhanced bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Good to know. I am going to blink here. And for my blink, for this one, I'm gonna gain an additional +1 to my critical die. Or to my critical threat range. And then I'm going to attack him. And because I have advantage from landing the Uchiha Great Assault from before, and my current critical to hit would be an 18. Damn, that's a 16. Oh well. So that's a 22 to hit.
22. That 100% hits.
Alright. And because I advantage, I gain my... So this becomes a 2d8 plus 3 plus the extra 2d8 because I have advantage. So it will reduce some of that, but that's fine. As I don't
17.
believe my sword is chakra enhanced.
Well, wait, did you do was that a basic attack action or was that Buki or Taijutsu?
Oh no, that was a basic attack.
Okay, I just want to make sure to note to you guys. So when something has resistance to non-chakra enhanced bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing, if you cast a Buki Jutsu or like basically a Jutsu counts as chakra enhanced because it's in like D&D terms of like magical type damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that.
Alright.
Alright, is that the end of your turn?
No. I will use a tiny bit of movement to go right here to just have Gabrilla to my back. And almost angrily, Izumi will speak out for Elkier to hear. We're not children, you... Center yourself. As, like, she is keeping most of her focus on the bug, but she is, like, in the kind of headspace she's in right now. Hearing what he said just kind of lit anger in her of... Almost like reminding her of what the Hokage views her as, and she resents and is coming to really hate the feeling.
Yeah.
As I will end with one more word. We're ninja.
Make me a persuasion check.
Can do.
Yeah, Gabrilla has a special effect to force him to just make wisdom saves without any persuasion check needed. But yeah, you can make a persuasion check towards him as a free action on your turn.
I will. That is a solid 12. You son of a bitch.
It should have been insight check. My bad. Give me 1 second.
Oh, against his insight. Fair enough.
So I'll just take 2 away from his because his insight is a +2. His insight is a +2, so I'll just subtract the result by 2. So that is 1 success, similar to like how a lot of other like situations that I've done in like various combats. You need 3 successes here. So on your turn, you can either use your object interaction to make a persuasion check against him. Gabrilla, you pretty much just talking to him will let that trigger automatically, but also damaging him will also force him to make a wisdom save as well. So that's 1 success down. Try to clear his mind. But yeah, no, these thoughts just keep as you teleport behind this strange large bug and let off your attack and everything. Yeah, this anger just keeps welling up in your head of just like you said, that the Hokage and just everybody else infantilizing. I don't know how to pronounce this, but yeah, just treating you guys like you're little kids, like infantilizing you. I think that's the word. But yeah, that's the end of your turn. Next up, it's going on Mitsu's turn. He's going to just do the same thing as before, try to attack this rock beetle swarm. Actually, I think he can he get there in 1 turn? Give me 1 second. I'm trying to see if he can just pass over the cargo. 25. Okay, no. So what he's going to make an attack and then move over after that to try to get the cargo that they're asking for. So it's 19, 20. So that is 12, and then 12 plus 9. This is 11 damage once it's been halved. All right, so yeah, he deals 11 damage to this rock beetle swarm as he just lets off another series of rapid series of sumo slaps at it. How much chopper is that? 5 more chopper? Yep. And he will take the attack of opportunity, but he'll run over to try to get this cargo for the people. Does he have to make a saving throw when he enters your aura, Uzi?
Nah, again, it marks everyone in the area and only them are affected, so the aura is basically useless now.
Okay, cool. I'll remove that on your token real quick.
Yeah.
Alright, and then he's gonna just use. I think he has 5 feet left. He grabs the like a couple of the bags in his hand and hoists them up over his shoulder to run over. These thugs are gonna kind of just move to the edge of the cliff, not really wanting to jump down to engage. They're gonna fire. These thugs right here have crossbows, so they're gonna try to help you out a little bit. So I can make it right here. All right, so kind of like a firing squad, they all line up and fire at this rock beetle swarm. In 1 second, I gotta open up their stat blocks. So, in a stunning twist of events, Willem is actually the only person who hits with his crossbow shot.
Yeah! Willem!
You see Willem, uncharacteristically courageous, like kneels down and gets proper form as he aims at this rock beetle swarm. The other guys kind of like stand up with like improper form and try to fire with one hand and everything, trying to like look cool or something like that, but still shaky with their hands because it's a swarm of terrifying rock bugs. So their crossbow bolts sail past, but Willem is able to land true and take out a couple of these rock beetles. He gives you like a nervous smile as he kind of does a nervous laugh. And that'll be let me see. Uzi, can you make me an insight check real quick?
Yep. This is gonna go horrible.
Nat 20.
Goddamn.
Wait to prove me wrong.
Will of fire for
Will
you.
of power.
Well, if I already changed it. Too late.
Damn.
You see Willem as he lands this crossbow bolt into the rock beetles. He looks scared about something aside from the rock beetle like stuff. You know for certainty that he knows about something, but he's it's clearly something that he's not saying. I'll say with that nat 20, it's not out of like maliciousness. It's kind of the same thing as before with like his other interactions with the undertow thugs that he works for. He seems scared of them, but he seems scared for some reason. So that's the nat 20. You get like that full information that he knows something. But switching back over to Izumi and Gabrilla, yeah. So this strange large bug, this monstrous combination of crustacean and then beetle and stuff, or mantis, I mean, is gonna make some attacks towards you, Izumi.
All right.
All right, an 11 misses, but a nat 20 for 27 hits.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say a waiting stance.
You don't want it to nat 20 against me, man? Why not?
Yeah, I'm good. I will.
That's a 24.
That will still hit. However, I return fire with once more of punch. That is a 22.
That's 22. All right. Let me see.
I'm just trading
22
blows
hits.
over here.
Yeah, you're doing battle like the pitched combat with this large bug. It's bigger than you actually.
You know it's
18
worrisome. You know it's worrisome when you roll. Oh, it's 22 hit, and DM has to check to make sure.
Oh no, my brain just lagged for a second. It has a its AC is definitely not anywhere close to 22. But no, that
Would have been fun.
That is funny. So you take 10 slashing damage, and you're grappled by this strange large bug as its claw that's just as big as your entire torso just wraps around you and sticks into like your sides and stuff like that, the spiny parts of it. I do want to emphasize this is like a Warhammer 40k like Tyranid looking type bug. Like it looks like this thing has been designed for nothing but killing. Its entire carapace is not only armored but spiked as well. So as it grabs you, that's 10 slashing damage, and you can escape as an action with a DC 15 strength save. But or it's athletics or acrobatics to escape. I mean, sorry.
Yeah, Gabriela, I will say you do hear you hear the back and forth between just fucking slashing into its rock-like arm, because I'm assuming it has that same
this is entirely different. This is the most like noteworthy thing. So you've seen 3 different types of bugs so far. There's the rock beetles you fought in the beginning. Actually, I don't know why I didn't say that before. There's a lot going on, so I didn't think to describe it. But I won't make you make a check for it. You would guess that whatever sort of like the swarm of the rock beetles that you were fighting, They look to be a hybrid between these two. However,
Oh.
I'll also give you the information that you see some of the smaller, like baby-like rock beetles appear to be attacking this larger, uh, uh, different orange-colored bug that you're fighting now. So it doesn't seem
Ooh.
like they're on the same side, but
Invasive
there is apparently a
species
hybrid.
much.
Yeah, seems
Yeah.
like you run into a turf war between two invasive species here.
Yeah, so yeah, Gabrilla, you hear just between the slashes into its shell and just punches as I'm just picturing the way this fight is going. It is cool as fuck in my head. However, the main thing that probably would take your attention is the pained groan from its last attack.
Yeah, you are. Izumi is looking majorly fucked up right now, like bleeding all over and stuff. And it's not. I feel bad, but it's not necessarily over here. It's not going to make any more attacks, but it does have you grappled. Gabriela, you see out of the corner of your eye, this bug starts burrowing into the ground with Izumi in its grasp. So it gets 15 feet underneath the ground. Izumi, the light of the cavern immediately disappears as you are surrounded by soil and rock and stuff. So you are currently stuck underneath the ground here. And that is
Question:
the end of. Mhm.
When it burrows, does it create a tunnel?
It's so that's I did actually look that up because it's different from like a purple worm from like 5e and stuff. So it doesn't create full tunnels and everything. You would have to dig through as the dirt still falls in behind it and stuff like that. It's definitely diggable. Like normally you guys wouldn't be able to burrow at all without like a shovel or anything like that. But with extreme effort, you could burrow through because it is still like disturbed earth, if that makes sense.
So as the scream or groan of pain that Izumi does, she looks back and sees her getting kidnapped by the bug. And Gabriel is speechless. He's unsure what to do. One, her father figure, which she finally called him dad for the first time not long ago, like a few seconds ago, is trying to kill her. Then earlier she did a mercy kill. A lot is very strenuous onto Gabriel's mind, to the point it forces her to release both concentration chakras as she breaks down crying in a panic stress, almost like an anxiety attack.
I'll have Elkira make a wisdom save with advantage. So that's one more success. I'll let you go ahead and keep describing it, like Gabriela, like kind of like breaking down and stuff from just the sheer stress of the moment.
Like she falls into her knees, clenching her chest like being in a ball, as she cries and wishes for this to end.
All right. Are you doing anything else in your turn? You see Elkira.
No, she's too in shock to do anything. That's all she does in her turn.
Okay, that makes sense. Elkira looks down at you. You see he's towering over you with a look of fury in his eyes, but something softens in his gaze. So that is one more success for it right here. And I'll go ahead and have him make a wisdom save on his turn again, since it is his turn to act and stuff. you see, kind of glancing up in between your tears, Gabrilla, as you're on the ground, you see El Kira, his eyes had been glazed over in fury. He's looking at you with like watery eyes now, like almost as if he's like surprised. He looks around like he doesn't know where he is. It runs? The hell? The fuck is going on here? He looks down at his you see immediately, like with surprise, looks down at his hands and sees his claws out, or his, like, you know, bone swords jutting out of his fist. He yelps a little bit, like in fright, and you see they immediately retract back into his hands, and he's like looking frantically between his hands and then you, as he looks at the blood on his hands. And he's just like, oh hell. And he like fully throws up as he sees like the wounds that he's given you. He does notice the rustling of the earth where Izumi was taken under. And he just asks you, is everything all right?
In the mid of her anxiety attack, she's just gasping for air to hope. But she managed, between the gasp of air, she says they got her. It got it, not they, but it got her. It took her. That's all she managed to say between it. And then she weakly points to the hole being, well, the freshly dug hole burrowing sound.
He is going to run over and let me see. So here's the way I'm going to have it for if you don't have a burrowing speed, but it's dirt that's able to be dug through. So it is a DC 15 athletics check to burrow a quarter of your movement speed, round up. And I'll describe further. I'll just so I don't take up too much time. I'll just have him make his athletics check real quick. So 20. All right, so yeah, you can burrow up to half his no, that's 1/4 of his movement speed, so that's 45 divided by 4. 15. So yeah, he actually, it's actually a clutch thing that you made him succeed his wisdom saving throws just then. So you're 15 feet underneath the ground, Izumi. So as you're surrounded by this dirt, it kind of starts, some of it starts accidentally as you just kind of, you know, you're trying to breathe and everything. It kind of gets in your mouth, like you like your nose and everything. As it seems like just like this thought in the back of your head, am I going to suffocate to death? Is this how I go? You're still grappled by this large bug, but you see the dirt clear away over top of your head, and you see El Curious face, his bloodied face, as he looks frantically down, having dug away with his claws and stuff. So there's a clear path to get you out, but that's all he can do on his turn. I'll say he crawls 15 feet down, so he's just right there. So he'll be able to get you out on this next turn. Uzi, it's your turn.
Yeah.
There's still one more not piranha swarm. There's one more rock beetle swarm right here.
He's just gonna look behind himself as he immediately, like his eyes immediately just hard focus the swarm as the piranha swarm just goes to town. At least tries to. In an epic fashion, like on the Discovery Channel.
Eagles versus piranha. Who shall win?
Oh.
The famous rivalry known throughout history of beetles and piranhas.
Fuck it, I'm using a prodigy point. I want that to hit. I'm turning that to a 17. I really want this rock beetle swarm to die. Ten damage.
10 damage. All right.
Piranha swarm versus rock beetle. They have fought since ancient time.
They're just gnawing through this swarm of rock beetles. As you just hear high pitched shrill screeching and stuff from the bugs as they're getting eaten. They're not fully dead yet, but you've gotten through a significant amount of them.
Yep. I am then going to just check. Could kill them right now. You know what? Let's do this. I have my action. Chakra cannon.
Nice.
Let's blow them up. As a very concentrated blast of water just pinpoints the location of the rock beetle swarm. 17. Let's go.
17 hits. Oh wait, I almost forgot to note they have to make a con save when they're hit by your
Ground swarm?
Yeah, by your piranha swarm.
Oh, okay.
That's the way the jutsu
Yeah,
works.
right.
If
Fuck,
Yeah.
I forgot about the second part.
It's a con save to gain a
Things
rank
have just
skill.
been dying too fast. Yeah, Constitution saving throw.
It's an 11.
That is 5 below the required amount, which means that it's both bleeding and chilled.
Not good for these beetles.
I have a cannon pointed in the direction. I doubt bleeding's the worst of their problems. Speaking of which, does a 17 hit? Again.
17 hits.
I'm gonna use my offensive tactic as well. Really pinpointing there. Oh my god, that's 19 damage.
Good lord. Yeah, no, you describe again how you fully blow up this rock beetle.
That's
swarm.
like pressurized blast of water shoots out of the cannon. It hits the piranha swarm as the original water shot just scatters out into like a buckshot as it just rains down on the rock beetles from a slightly elevated angle.
Yep, and this rock beetle is no more. So I think that's it for the rock beetles. I'll roll one more final time on the next turn to see if there's any more that show up. But I don't think they actually no, they won't be because they don't have it. They're still within the 6 rounds it takes to get there. So I'll just take them off in the turn order.
Mitsu's taking care of the yeah.
Yep, he has the cargo in his hand. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be moving towards Gabrilla and Izumi then. Alright, it's this way. 3, 4, 5, 6. That is a legal path to take, right?
Yeah, you could climb up right here. This is the path just to walk through. But so this is a
only Gabrilla's taking that path. They have enough movements.
Well,
I'm gonna.
I didn't
That is-
realize that was
next
a
turn,
path.
I'm
I'll
gonna
be
climb.
entirely honest.
Yeah, that's climbing. So it's 20 feet up in the 20 feet up in the thing. So that'll be like a full. Yeah, you would have to dash to get fully up there, with an action.
Yeah, that's
on your
for next turn.
Okay, cool.
That's my turn.
Next up is the regional effect. So, let me roll a d4.
Don't be a 4. Don't be a 4. Don't be a. Okay, let's go. I can't afford to lose more mental resilience.
What is the effect?
All right, so this is the same. So repeated burrowing has caused the ceiling to become uneven and shaky. So it's the same thing as before. So you just look around at the ceilings above you and everything. There's rock that has been displaced just from the consistent burrowing and digging. And I'll actually say, because you're intelligent, Uzi, yeah, it's dexterity save for it. Izumi, you don't have to make it because you're currently underground.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Let me see. So Uzi, you're fairly intelligent, so you're able to kind of recognize, and I'll probably say Gabrilla as well because of your knowledge with wildlife and stuff. It's strange how, if these creatures were naturally burrowing creatures, why is their nest so uneven and shaky and stuff? It would seem like they would be naturally adjusted to live in areas where that doesn't happen. So that's just another hint that you might be coming upon some sort of turf war situation with these invasive species. But yeah, that is. Let me see what everybody got for their dex saves. Once again, everybody succeeds, so you don't take any damage. You're able to dodge out of the way, Uzi, as you go to climb. You see a a large amount of rocks start falling towards you, but you're able to quickly
Um,
move.
question. Because
Mhm.
of Gabrilla's mental state that she's currently in, do
Mhm.
I roll at disadvantage or just normal?
No, I wouldn't say you roll at disadvantage or anything like that. No.
Okay. So 24 then.
Yeah, I don't want to punish a good RP. That'll be so. Yeah, none of you guys take damage, and it's Izumi's turn right now. Currently, you're still grappled by this Anke, but like I said before, Elkir is like right in front of you.
Elkair's right there. I don't have
Yeah.
faith in my dexterity save, strength save. So you know what?
It's an athletics or acrobatics check. It's the same thing as getting out of a grapple. I just put the strength save thing there so I could see the DC. Yeah.
I'm suddenly a bit more faithful that I can escape this.
Emboldened by your response from God.
Who goes? It's the bug that goes first. I think it would be better for me to get out. I'll do acrobatics checks. 22.
22. Yep. So you get out. That was a very wise decision because it was just gonna dig further down.
Did
Yeah.
I don't want that. Yeah, as she breaks free, she will teleport. I'll say, up to the ground besides Alkier, and just tap him. Hurry! Don't get caught. As
He just kind of yeah.
Oh no, go on. Sorry.
No, it wasn't anything important. I was gonna say he like growls at this large bug in underground and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think. Also, I realized that I've been completely ignoring some things that would have been quite useful for certain things, but that'll come back at some point.
Okay.
We should get out of here.
Yeah, no shit, kid.
It's
He's kind of back to his usual asshole self, but
yeah,
he clearly sees.
it's
It seems like he can't look at Gabrilla.
yeah. Izumi very much just goes to Gabrilla and just tries to shake her shoulder. Come on, we're in the home run now. We need to go.
All right. You guys hear some shouting as no, Uzi, you're still in the area, so you kind of look over your shoulder as you're getting ready to climb up and stuff. Mitsu runs over and tosses up these cargo bags and everything. But you notice as one of the thugs catches it, you see an argument being had between two of the thugs and then Willem. As you hear out of the I don't know why I can't talk, but you hear out of like the corner of your ear and stuff like that, or the corner of your eye. Willem is just like, they're helping us and stuff, plus we were the ones that started it earlier anyway. There's no problem. And then you just hear they just like talk over him and kind of like punch him in the chest a little bit, as they're like, it's not about whether it's a problem now. If we let him get away with it, then we set a bad precedent for everybody else. And they kind of push him, and he falls down the 20-foot cliff. Mitsu kind of catches him as he's like falling down onto the ground and everything.
Oh.
And you see them walk off. You hear a little bit of a sparking sound further down the cavern, and a thunderous boom washes over as you hear an explosive go off. And the rocks tumble down onto the cavern where you guys entered from. As you kind of hear echoing footsteps running away as more rocks are apparently falling down, filling up the corridor where you guys entered from.
Those fucking assholes.
And that'll be the end of Mitsu's turn. I'm gonna have this large bug make Elkir is gonna make an intimidation check here, and it's gonna be contested by this bug's insight check. It's gonna have to make a wise decision. So he is proficient in. Actually, I don't think this comes down to a roll. It's outnumbered. It's already heavily wounded, and it just lost its one meal that it was going to have. So you see that you hear like a very loud screeching sound from this bug, but it burrows further away. So that would be the end of immediate combat.
Yeah. Yeah, Izumi is very much just focused on Gabrilla, just trying to get her to calm down and stand up.
Gabrilla, still crying heavily, is going to hug Izumi when he hears her voice. Still not getting up and just cling on to her. For a while before still not letting go of Izumi, she looks at Akira and says, "Thank you, Dad."
You see Kira has his he glances like over in your direction, but you see immediately as soon as he meets eyes with you, looks away instantly, and he says, don't call me that. I don't deserve it." As he you see kind of walks off a little bit, or gets ready to start walking off.
Gabriel will immediately run after him. But if Izumi stops her, she's too weak to fight back.
No, Izumi wouldn't stop her.
Okay.
She would very much see this as... She will have fucking words with him later, but right now... She can understand where Gabrilla is, mindset-wise.
So... Gabrilla will like tackle hug, but not enough to knock him down. She holds on to him, saying thank you, and not just for like saving Izumi, but for saving her from the woods, for raising her, for making her strong. As all her internal feelings she's been hiding for the first years to be tough like him are all flooding out like a dam being broken. After all, she's still a kid after all.
Mm-hmm.
And she reached her breaking point after today.
You see, like I said before, it seems like he can't bring himself to look at you for some reason, but he as you're saying all this, at first you see he was like immediately in like a hostile sort of a reaction, like he was gonna like throw you off of him. But as he like raised his arm and everything, you see it's just shaking in place as you just kept going on and on about how thankful you are for him and stuff. He just kind of yells at you with a voice that like booms throughout the entire like cavern and everything. Like, Uzi, you're able to hear this just being at the bottom of this 20 feet like cliff and everything. Like, it's like enough of a boom to like cause a vibration even where you're standing. And he's like, it was a fucking mistake. All right. made you into a fucking murderer just like me. So don't stop thanking me. Damn it! As he gently tries to like pull you off of him and tries to like walk away.
As he says that, Izumi is very quickly appearing next to him and is slapping the shit out of him. None of that. This is not the time to be talking about this. But when we are sticking our necks out, trying to protect the bit we can, you will not treat us like children. I do not give two rats' ass what the Hokage or anyone else said. Ever since the park, we have been ninja. We have seen the dark places this world goes to. We are all have seen death. We have seen friends die. I don't care what your views on what murder is. I don't care. But you will not push away the one person that is trying to get comfort from you. It is your responsibility to watch out, not hide away when something doesn't go right.
He kind of, you see, he immediately was like pissed as soon as you slapped him and stuff. Like any sort of sensible thoughts he had immediately started to like give way to the angry person that he is and stuff. But he keeps his senses enough as he looks at you with like a stone cold stare. He like gets on eye level with you and stuff. So you guys are fucking grown-ups now. You're fucking ninja. That's my damn problem. You didn't see her face when she was watching that guy die. You guys walked away. I watched the whole thing. She fucking smiled.
And if you are blind enough to think that that is all she thinks, the mental turmoil we all have been facing because of the death that we have faced, then you're right. You don't deserve to be called a father. Because a father wouldn't be blind to the pain that their children clearly have.
That's one thing you don't understand, kid. A good father can understand where their children's behavior comes from. And this shit is my fault. Part of being a good dad was when you realize that you're not one. He kind of like brushes his shoulder, like bumps you a little bit, walks off. Takes one last look at, he takes a look at Gabrilla, and you see a little bit of a sad look on his face. But you can tell, Izumi, your words struck a chord with him. Like when you said that you don't deserve to be called a father, that hurt. It very clearly hurt, and it might be maybe an insight check real quick, both of you, if you're kind of looking into his stuff. Uzi, I would say if you would have climbed up.
Can't see shit.
Meanwhile, after
There's a 20-foot wall in the way. I can't see him.
do you want to say while we're rolling, after he pushed her off, saying, "You're a murderer like me," she kind of just holds her chest on her knees. And all she can say is, "I'm sorry." And repeat. So I'm not going to roll for insight. Since she can't. She's too busy having a internal struggle.
Yeah, Izumi was aiming to hurt here. She's pissed off at him for having this reaction.
Mm-hmm. He mumbles over his shoulder. Just so Uzi, you would have stayed down at the bottom of the area where you're at.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Try to figure out our way to get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Before we switch over to Uzi real quick, he looks at you. No, he'll turn around. He turns around and walks back up to you, Gabrilla, as you're crying on the ground. Izumi, you see that I'll say Gabrilla, you don't really notice since you didn't make an insight check and your kind of tears are covering, clouding your vision. Izumi, as you see Elkira looks down at Gabrilla, he has a tender look on his face, but he looks extremely hurt right now. Like you can tell he's with the 18. You don't know the history behind it, but you can tell that, or at least you would know that Gabrilla would have told you that Elkira made her promise that she wouldn't kill anybody. He's deeply spiritually hurt by this, and it almost seems like this is a defense mechanism for him. So he looks down at Gabrilla and he says, "Kid, do us both a favor. Stop calling yourself my daughter." And he'll turn around and walk off.
As he starts walking off, Izumi will say, "One more thing."
Mm-hmm.
A man makes up for his mistakes, stands for them, and doesn't run. I'll hold faith that you're the person that she believes you are. You're not a man who would run.
Some mistakes can't be taken back. And that's when we'll switch over to Uzi. So yeah, Uzi, you're just now. Mitsu is kind of coughing a little bit as a lot of the dust from the rocks that it collapsed in the tunnel are kind of in his area and stuff. Yeah, this entire tunnel is filled to the brim with stone and rocks and stuff. It would be nightmarish to get out, even if you had a full crew of people to do that and stuff. Willem is currently in Mitsu's arms from being caught by him, and he's just frantically nearly sobbing. I'm sorry. I didn't realize they were gonna do that now. I thought I didn't I'm sorry.
Real quick, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab an apple.
Me actually crying over a scene.
That just means that S.O.K's that good.
What is Uzi's reaction and stuff as he walks up to Mitsu? Mitsu just looks down at you and he's like, "They're gonna come back for us, right?"
No, they're not. They caved in for a reason. Damn it! I knew I said something, but didn't I trust my gut?
But they didn't. I mean, it had to be an accident or something, right? It wasn't. They didn't want it. He's almost bordering on tears and everything. I thought they were our friends and stuff.
Mitsu. Just. It's fine. We have better friends over there. As he just kind of motions his head towards what would be if he's looking that way, it would be to his left where Izumi, Gabrilla, and Kira is. We have better friends over there. Let's make sure we take care of them instead of worrying about the others. How the hell do we get out of here?
I could try to dig. I'm pretty sure if I just throw them all, I try to grab them all at once, and then I could shove them out or something.
It's probably gonna make the whole thing collapse instead. Which seems like it already might be the case.
Well, remember like division from class? What if we collapse the tunnel on top of the collapsed tunnel and that makes it a regular tunnel?
What?
Stupidity is so cute.
Like two negatives make it was give me don't finish it for me. I got it from class. Two negatives turn into a positive. So this is a negative situation. So if we fucking just get more negative, it'll get positive.
I'm gonna
He
let you
looks down
try.
at-
I'm gonna let you try that out, as I'm gonna search the area behind us.
All right. I'll put a turn order back up just for like exploration rounds, that sort of thing. So yeah, you can move up to 30 feet or use an action to dash if you're just running around.
Can I see anything down there?
You get a little bit closer to this cavern right here with a dimly lit lantern. You're able to see a little bit better. You see a dead body, decomposed. You see plenty of those small rock-like beetles crawling out of the corpse and stuff. Not nearly as many though, as you can tell that they probably usually prefer living hosts.
Those things.
Lots of dried blood heading down this cavern.
Seems like
Oh,
it's.
wow.
Seems like it's our only way. I hate it.
Hmm.
It's at this point as you're moving. Are you gonna move further down the cavern and stuff?
Yeah, I can. I'll take the dash action since I have nothing better to use it on.
Okay.
One.
Took the light jutsu with you, so
Right, I need that. Two. I can. Right, 3, 4, 5, 6. That it.
all right. Yeah, you're stepping through more. It looks like as you're getting closer, the dried blood is turning to like fresher blood as you're walking by. Some of it gets stuck on the bottom of your shoe. It's at this point as you're walking down the cavern, you hear Mitsu speak up. Oh, hey man, I feel like I remember seeing her, and you just hear Elkira's voice. Shut the fuck up. Mitsu kind of pouts a little bit, but that is Izumi. Let me see. Izumi, that's all you. What are you doing at this current moment?
How is Gabrilla currently?
We'll say you managed to get her up, but Gabrilla's tough and like strong demeanor she always has, unwavering will, is gone right now. She's sad. A cure word, pathetic looking. But she's very vulnerable right now, as she clings on to you and clings onto your arm and does not let go.
Yeah,
To follow you around.
Yeah, Izumi is very much just holding on to Gabrilla as she would bring the two out to here. We'll say right here. That is my full movement. I'm glad to see. Oh. Looking up in the direction of over here. Huh. Well, I can think one person who's gonna be pissed about these developments.
I'll say you do notice a little bit of a dim blue glow at the top of this pillar now. It's not in pitched combat anymore, so you're able to a little bit better survey the area. But there have been a lot of these chakra-rich crystals. However, there's there's a large amount of them on top of this pillar from which you can sense and stuff.
Huh. Oh, interesting. Would I be able to roll a ninju to try to like just examine to just see if like they're meant to just to light the path or
I won't say it's a ninja check involved. They're definitely humming with chakra. As you kind of remember that Shin mentioned that the place he gets his sage bliss, the herb that he smokes is from these caverns in the outer edges of the Yomi. Has various chakra rich plants and minerals that are found and stuff. So this just looks like a very like large swath of them.
Ah, okay. Well, that is all of my movement, so that is my turn.
All right. Mitsu is gonna set Willem down, kind of pat him on the head a little bit, and says, "Don't fucking worry, man. I'm about to get these rocks out of the way in like 5 seconds."
Oh wait, hang on. I'm dumb. I have both action and bonus action dash. Can you
This
do
is true.
both?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, I'll do both. Then
100 nins are so dope.
yeah, I will ask. What's the plan currently?
I don't know. I gotta go in 10 minutes.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. I didn't.
It's almost
Okay.
it's almost 11, and I gotta go, and I work in the morning as
Oh,
always.
that's understandable. Yeah, we can start wrapping it up and stuff. I'll wrap it up after this, after Gabrilla and Gabrilla's turn and stuff at the end of the round.
In this case, I'll move here, and then you know what? I'll actually, I wanna touch some of these rocks.
Okay. Yeah, I won't be a stickler about movement speed. So yeah, you climb up this. It's like about like 10, 15 feet up in the air and stuff. You're able to quickly hop up and stuff. Yeah. So inside of this, you see these chakra-rich crystals that are glowing with a little bit of a chromatic sort of color. They look like a little bit rainbowish for the actual crystal themselves, but it's glowing blue. You see they're inside of this large bowl. I guess it's like a bowl-shaped structure, but you see there's 4 dragons. It's made of stone, a very smoothly sculpted stone. So there's 4 dragons that are like pointing on like the 4 cardinal directions and everything: north, south, west, and east. And you see they have different insignia on each of them, and you can tell there's a written language on the edges of the bowl, but you can only vaguely understand it. I'll let you make let's see what skill would make the most sense for this. You almost feel like an innate sort of familiarity with the writing style. Make me a history check.
And do. Oh Jesus fucking Christ! Naturally.
Nat 20. You see, let me make sure I get this right. You can write this down if you want, but you see on the outer edges of this bowl, written in text, "He has forsaken us. Years of servitude for naught. Years of servitude for death. Years of servitude must be repaid." But these chakra-rich crystals, I'll let you. This isn't even like a check to understand their nature. So I'll have roll me a 2d4 real quick,
All right.
just to see how many good crystals you get. 4. All right. So this will be the equivalent of these crystals have the same effects as a. What's my book at? So they're gonna have the same effect as a greater chakra pill.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that's a consumable
Good
that you
shit.
have. You can just crush them in your hand and siphon the chakra out of them and stuff. But yeah, these are very chakra-rich crystals. As you pick them up, your hair kind of stands on end a little bit just from the mystical power coming from these crystals and stuff. But yeah, so you have 4 of these, essentially 4 greater chakra pills now,
God damn.
Good shit.
and that will be. Mitsu was just trying to claw out the rocks out of the way, not making a lot of progress. Gabrilla, you see as you're, I guess you would have had to probably let go of Izumi's arm when she climbed up the pillar and stuff, but you see Willem walks up to you, kind of like holding both of his arms and stuff, trying to like hug himself essentially for comfort. He sweat dripping down his face. Is like, look, I promise I didn't know this was gonna happen until we were already here, and then I didn't want to say anything because, look, they know where my family lives, and this is the only shot I have to do anything with my life. And so I didn't want to say anything. I felt bad, but I didn't want this to happen. All right. You gotta believe me.
Gabrilla won't say anything to him as she simply watches Izumi. For the fact she has no walls up, and her main focus and her only focus of safety is Izumi right now.
Mm-hmm.
So she just keeps an eye on Izumi and watches her in silence.
All right. You see, he just looked kind of nervous as you don't really acknowledge him. But yeah, to end off the session, Uzi, you hear some stomping, some angry stomping, walking down the place where you're at now, and Elcure walks by you and just like doesn't even try to like move out of the way. He just you just get bumped out of the way as he walks by you, clearly like very pissed.
I'm not gonna say anything. He's gonna murder me.
You do notice a lot of his wounds are still like closing up as well, like an open wound on his neck, and everything is like you see the skin is like sewing itself back together. But yeah, that's where we'll end the session. I hope you guys enjoyed.
We did. Izumi
And
doesn't
for
get to
all-
answer, so I answer for her.
And for the viewers, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want more content, like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, peace out.